Hello everyone. We'll go over to editing the design that we just did. All right. So we'll be using. You can use Snapseed or use Adobe Lightroom. Which one should I use? Okay, let me use Lightroom for this particular one. All right. So let me allow it to open up on my phone, and then we'll go over to. Let me find. Let me find the design where it is. Okay. All right, now you have your design here. So you want to enhance this. Now there are some options down here. If you look at it, you see presets. These are already made editing what's it called? These ones are already made. So you can just select on any of them to use, right? So you can choose any of them. But I don't want to use them. So I'll just go ahead to this middle icon here. So this is where I now have all the editing tools that I need. So you have light. So you can decide to increase the exposure. Right? You want to make it pop very well. Then contrast, I'll have to reduce it so that it won't look too shouty. Let's see. Okay. So let's just reduce it. Now I'm going to increase the highlight a bit. So now what's next? I'll go to color. So in this color, this is like the main thing when you're editing your work, right? So that you don't use a color that will not blend with the design that you've done. Okay, so I'll go to, you can decide to use this tint, or then, but basically you go to grading. You see this particular grading, this is where your work is now. Now this is where you have to select the color. So you see what I'm doing as I'm going. Look at the image, it's gradually taking the color of the one that I selected, right? So I think this is okay for me. Now I will increase the saturation a bit. I'm trying to make this image to blend with everything so that the colors will be in alignment. All right, so increase the luminance. Now you go to blending. So now you make it to, you increase it. You see that we are gradually getting what we want. Okay, so your ability to get these things done is what should make your work to stand out. Then we'll go to balance. You increase your balance small. Don't make these things to be too much. Okay, then I have mid tones. These mid tones are like so I will just leave this. I'll increase the luminance small, and then I'll come to this blending again. I'll increase it another, just a little bit again. So I'll go to highlight. The highlight now, I'll also increase the luminance of this one. Or let's see. Okay, let me just reduce it. Now I have something like this. So you are seeing it, right? Yeah. It's gradually coming out. So I can now go over to effects. This effect now, this is where you now give it the texture. So you have texture here, you have clarity, and you have the haze. So the texture, that when you zoom some works, you see it makes it look real. So you increase the texture of your work. It makes it look like if you can feel it. So as you're increasing it, you're seeing the differences, right? Now you increase the clarity, more like making everything to pop very well. Then this dehaze, I do not really like to use it, so I'll go to grain. This is now where so when you add the grain, just looking at what I'm doing. So you increase it to, say, let's say 20. Okay, let me leave it at 19. Then you want the grain, the size of the grain, you want it to be so obvious, so you go to this. Then the roughness, like I said, the texture and this grain, is what makes it to look real. So if you want it to be very, very, like the roughness to show very well, then you could increase it a little bit too. All right, so we have this now. Now go to details. These details, you have sharpening, you have noise, you have color noise. So I'll increase the sharpness of my work. Now I'll make it very obvious. Now I'll come to this radius. You can decide to leave this radius like that, but then details, this is where everything will now show very, very well. Now you increase the detail, you will increase it very well. You increase it very well. Hope you are noting the differences. Now this noise, you can decide to leave it. I don't always use it, especially when I'm editing some kind of designs. Like this is a very simple design, so I don't really need this noise. Color noise, still the same thing. You can decide to reduce it or you just leave it like that. So I'm just going to leave that. Okay, so basically you can work this. Work now is okay. Like, look at it very well. You see that it has blended with the work. You see the image of the lady, it's already looking like the colors that we chose. All right, so that's the essence of editing that we just did now. And then for this optics, don't worry, when we are doing when I'm doing the next tutorial, I'll show you these optics, where you can use them, and then also profiles. So you have different ones too, so you can select any one that you want, but I don't want any of them, so I like my work the way it is. So I'll just go ahead to save copy to device. So I've successfully edited this work. Now let me show you the difference. Let's see the difference between how it was before. So when you want to note the difference of how it was before you edited, you tap on it. You see the original, you see the edited one, you see original, you see edited one. Can you see anything? Right, you see that this one is more beautiful and more professional. All right, thank you very much for watching.